It's time for another nostalgic journey back to the tuck shops of the past. In two previous videos on Stuview TV, we reminisced about great chocolate bars that we sadly can't get anymore. Of all the lost chocolate featured in those videos, there was one bar in particular that received a lot of mentions in the comments section. With that in mind, in today's video we'll take a special look at the lost chocolate bar that the people of Britain can't help but get nostalgic about, as we answer the question, whatever happened to the Texan bar? Just what is it about the Texan bar that makes so many of us miss it so much? After all, although very nice indeed, it wasn't massively distinctive in terms of flavour, and as far as chocolate bars go, it was only manufactured for a relatively short period of time. So why does the mere mention of the Texan bring a nostalgic tear to the eye of many an adult today, nearly 40 years after the bar was discontinued? To attempt to answer that, we first need to take a look at the history of the Texan bar. The 1970s was a golden period for new chocolate bars coming onto the market in the UK. All-time greats such as the Double Decker, the Yorkie, the Lion Bar and the Curly Whirly all made their debuts in the early to mid part of the decade. Amongst this flood of chocolatey goodness, Rowntree's launched their Texan bar in 1973, a tasty combination of toffee and, remember I'm from the Midlands so I have to pronounce it this way, nugget. Covered in chocolate, the Texan was certainly a tasty treat, but in order to stand out amongst the huge selection of great chocolate bars on the market, it needed something a little more than that. Over to the marketing team. The advertising campaign for Texan bars was inspired and the TV ads were certainly memorable.
Hold on there, bald eagle. You wouldn't fire a man till he finished his Texan bar, would you? Right through the chocolate and chew real slow. Someone should have told him a Texan takes time a chewing. Texan sure is a mighty chew.
In fact, it's these commercials that are likely part of the reason why so many of us look back on the Texan bar with such nostalgic fondness. We all remember the adverts and the classic slogan, but then again, are we remembering the correct slogan? Many people identify Texan bars with the slogan, "A man's gotta chew what a man's gotta chew." However, this was actually the marketing line for another very chewy toffee product.
Sheriff, Black Dan's escaped. He's coming this way.
There's times when a man's gotta chew what a man's gotta chew. Toffo. Rich, golden toffee. That'll never let you down. Nice of you to drop in, Dan. Yep, Toffo, what a man's gotta chew.
The correct slogans, "A Texan takes time a chewing" and "Sure is a mighty chew," weren't quite as memorable, but certainly very true. As many of us can attest, it required an incredible amount of time and effort to finish a Texan bar, so chewy were they. This supreme level of sheer chewiness is another reason why the Texan is remembered so well today, while other lost chocolate bars from the era are now forgotten. It's impossible to talk about a Texan bar today without mentioning that mighty chew. The mid-80s saw the Texan bar inexplicably discontinued, disappearing from confectionery shelves for nearly 20 years before a nostalgia-fueled relaunch in 2005. This was after the Texan was voted the greatest chocolate bar of all time in a 2004 survey of sweet shop customers. Sadly, the comeback was extremely brief, and the much-loved bar once more went to that big sweet shop in the sky.
Trow, Texan.
Just let me finish this here Texan bar, and I'll be happy to oblige. Time sure goes slow when you're chewing a Texan bar. Mama always said I ought to be on the stage. Texan sure is a mighty chew.
I'd love to hear your memories of the Texan. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you still chewing one right now? Why not let me know in the comments? As always, thanks so much for joining me on another nostalgic journey. Your company is much appreciated.
Texan sure is a mighty chew.